Let the minutes reflect that we are now back in open session. The closed session has been concluded by agreement of the parties. No matters were discussed other than the issue for which the closed session was taken. No votes were taken or any other action. There being no further discussion, is there a motion to end the closed session?
Roll call vote. Jensvold.
Aye.
Derby.
Aye.
Stensrud.
Aye. Okay, we shall move on to number 4. We want to act on 3. We're not going to act until we get further information. I thought we... I thought our decision was to...
I thought the decision was to get more information. I know that was what you were saying is different than.
Agree with what I said. Like I said, in relation to make an official motion to go with what, I mean, the next step. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with the motion. I just didn't think we needed to with what we were. Well, I don't know how we're going to tell the others where we're headed if we don't. Well, Adam is going to tell them that. Good. That's fine. 9:30 a.m. Discussion with possible action regarding the city use of courthouse grounds for Parker Brush.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh boy.
Apologize if you didn't schedule it yet, but we will be in the paper this week as far as everything that we have planned. So the first page is.
Sure.
First page is kind of color coded as far as the dates that we will have the areas blocked off. And the second page is where we will have dumpsters and porta potties, electricity, things of that nature, trash cans. The plan is to have a few of our food trucks on the north side of the parking lot there, similar to what we had last year. They'll be coming in on Friday. So that we just parked over there.
Have you been telling about this?
No, not yet.
Which was?
Stay away from the fence and what is going on outside. There will be some work Thursday and Friday, there will be mostly in the south side. There won't be a real
Because the majority of our activities start after 5 on Friday. Anyway. And then Saturday would be the beginning with the crackers on the square. Kind of blocked out all the way around.
I will make a motion to approve the city and Port City use of the courthouse ground for Parker Brush. The motion Durfee, second Stensrud to.
Can I give this?
Let the city of Port City use the courthouse grounds for Parker Brush. All in favor, say aye. Aye. There you go.
Thank you.
Have fun.
You can have this one, Andy.
Okay. Just go straight to number 6. You want to go secondary roads for that. You're going to be here anyway, right? That one? Yeah. Okay, number 6. Discussion with possible action regarding road ditch on 410th Street between Monhall and Aldiva landowners. Norm has approached us and he doesn't really want to have the culvert put underneath the road and allow the water to flow through his field, where he would have to put in a waterway. I guess we're back to discussing what we want to do on that, I guess. And you guys I guess Norm would like to see the ditch cleaned and whatever needs to be done in the road ditch go down to the corner like it always has been and should be. Al would like to see 12-inch tile put in that ditch underneath. And as long as you're putting in a 12-inch tile, you'd end up reshaping it anyway, probably. But I guess that's where we're at and what we. Yes.
I guess just one thing to say. I mean, on that subject, I guess I don't care how we do it. Just if we get it done, or get it resolved. And I think the county took the decision to do the culvert because it was the cheapest decision at the time. I think, and Norman and I have talked about this, and different parties, but the situation is the ditch probably overall, or cleaning the ditch is overall the best way out of this. The problem that I have with cleaning the ditch is the track record that's been set over the past many years. It doesn't get maintained. And so that's where the idea of the 12-inch tile, I think, is, I kind of like that idea because it's a low maintenance situation. And how we get to the bottom of this, frankly, is up to the county.
In a big rain event, your 12-inch tile probably wouldn't be able to pick it away fast enough, and you would still end up with some washing out in the field, and that's why I feel cleaning the ditch it needs to be done either way, even if you put a tile in it. But if we clean the ditch and then it says in the bylaws of drainage that you shall maintain, and that should include secondary roads, shouldn't it? And if we can't keep up with some of these projects like this, you said there's other places where it washes over the road that need to be taken care of, or we possibly need to either take one bridge a year out of the plan so we can loosen up the guys to take care of some of these other problems, or work Fridays or what. There's other issues that you say that are more important than this, and probably are if it's washing off the road.
Yeah, well, you said it. Much as I want to say, as I don't want to say that there's things more important than solving some of these drainage problems that a lot of guys have on fields. The pace that we're replacing bridges is about the pace that they're going to fall in the river. They're about a year from being closed. That's the reality of it. This year when we got the report back, we have 10 new bridges proposed. And we'll fix our plan and already throw the wrench at it. So, just to rewind, we had committed to putting in the culvert across the road here this fall. We're planning to do that, I suppose, after we have 6 more bridges and large culverts to replace. We have 11 culverts smaller culverts to repair or replace. And we have, according to our work orders, 13 tile and intake repairs to make that this fall. So, puts us pretty tight schedule. I don't think, except for finishing some bridges in time-sensitive manners where we have to think back to work floods or something like that. We haven't worked Fridays in the summer. Keep overtime limited. Do those types of things as well. But what we're talking about, I think, is a bigger budget discussion. And about every year, we pitch the budget and it gets cut. So where are we finding that extra to do some of these projects or move them up priority list? That's the challenge. And so I have to protect our crews against that. workload that they need to get these things done. As much as I want to say, here's our extra crew to work on our tile repairs, we don't have an extra crew.
I think we've all, correct me if I'm wrong, but my knowledge up to this point is that originally was a natural flow of water down through Norman Field before that road was built, correct?
I would say,
Am I wrong?
I would say it's possible, but the way that the contours show, it's pretty subtle. Whether it would go that way or through the field or through the south even, a subtle difference.
So when that road was built, my understanding would be that a culvert that should have been put in.
In that case, it appears that they had intended for the water to go down the ditch to the corner and then back. And you see when they did road building back in whatever 30s, 40s, 50s, that they would not necessarily put culvert every single low point. For gravel road, that might be 6, 7, 8, 10 a mile. So they'll grade the ditch so that they can capture a couple of low points and then shoot them through in one location. That may be what they were thinking in this days.
I'm just throwing out my thinking here. If the trustees of the district there would sign an agreement with Winnebago County, actually you signed an agreement with Winnebago County, that has to be maintained, that satisfy your concerns?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, but how is that going to get worded? I mean, we know what it's been here the last 5 years or whatever.
Right.
Doesn't mean that what I feel it's not working, I just come to Scott or whatever and say, hey, it's time. Or do we have to go through the whole process, which got us here? You know, I mean, as far as trying to campaign to everybody to see what's going on there to make it happen. Yes, if an agreement could be put in place, that'd be great. But this has been quite a balance. One more thing I wanted to ask, excuse me, that you know, as far as going back to the county's problem with manpower, to get things done. Another one of the things that I proposed last year was I talked to Greg Ellison about doing it, and he threw a number out there. But I believe, and I don't know if he still has that notes. I did get a copy of that from him, but he threw a number out there like $2,400 to clean the ditch. And I thought on that, well, okay, if the county is responsible for this, and you don't have time to do it, let somebody else do it, and you submit the bill to the county, they get paid. You know, if the county can't handle it. But that was the other thing we talked about last year, and that was not a possibility at that time. So along with this, Mike, you know, one more thing for anybody that wants to hear this or whatever, but I feel that the ditch worked pretty well up until the 60s when the steel gates got put in that ditch because of erosion. Is why the gates got put in there, and that's what stopped the flow of water through the ditch and then onto the farm. So yes, it did work prior to that, but the gates changed the whole course of history there. So that's where I said before, I'll say it again, that strike one maybe didn't get done right when the road was graded. They got, and then another mistake got made when the gates got put in, and something didn't get done better in that road ditch to take the water. But here we are.
Most gates are still there.
They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. So,
They're gone, but everything's built up high enough now that it doesn't matter. So for the sake of cleaning the ditch, I think there needs to be more done than cleaning. It needs to be reshaped because there's quite a drop from where the gates used to be, and that's why they got put in there. But maybe more of a gradual shape to the whole thing. You know, it takes water better, not make a waterfall out of it. But you know, going back to that's why I campaigned for the intake was low maintenance. Did a number everybody come up with as far as the plumbing, installing the plumbing?
You have a number for that?
I just, without too much time to,
No, but by the time I got done talking to him last night, it was at 5 o'clock and my phone died and I didn't have your number doing this fancy thing, so.
so what I was able to do is check some of our more recent drainage bills from Chris, and see what the going rates were. And I think they're, like, even if 50 feet maybe less out.
This compared to grading it back the way it should be and reseeding and get a nice grass waterway.
And the reason we ended up choosing the cove across the road is because that's an option that won't require the ongoing maintenance.
I guess I'm
Our district does.
What kind of maintenance could there be? I understand waterways, sometimes give out, but if it's, I can't imagine there would be much maintenance. Well, that's an issue we're going to have to start addressing with farmers too, as trustees, I think. Because,
well, going back to his statement about paying the contractors, there's a lot of companies that are charging.
to the drainage district.
To landowners. But this work prior to the gate. The county stops the water.
Well, I did some shooting of the grade out there. He's got a new culvert in the driveway at the top of the hill there, or kind of bridge, whatever, before the big drops off. To me, it looks like if we were gonna clean the ditch, we're gonna have to stretch that grade out a little bit and drop it so that it wouldn't be such a flat grade and then drop off. We have to thin it a little bit. So the culvert would have to be lower than,
Can you repeat that so we can grin on it?
Well, he just, I want to talk a little bit, there's a driveway putting out there a couple years ago, and I don't, Mark, do you have to know what the size of that culvert is? It's, so there's a 15-inch culvert in there, but, there, and the area, I think there's grade into it and through it and this and that. Again, not enough grade. That driveway would need to be, that culvert needs to be lower, I think is what we talked about the other day. And either, if you reshape the ditch, the culvert be lowered or, a decision that maybe even put the driveway back in, or whatever, but yeah, the culvert needs to go down.
You don't have a problem with that being done.
Well, I guess right offhand, I would prefer to have a driveway there, but I told Norm, there's a eyesore there for some actions and how I use that driveway, so maybe make a decision. But like I say, I don't think that, you can either take the driveway out or just lower the culvert and maybe put a bigger one in there. And get the same result. Yeah, that would be up for conversation a little bit, and I'm on the fence. I don't know if I can one way or the other. I guess if we took that driveway out, I'd like to, what we did when we made that driveway, we actually pulled the driveway out to just to the west of where this ditch cleaning needs to start. And that's where a lot of the dirt came from, so that driveway was from that one, so I mean, maybe that just move it back up the hill, which would make this waterway thing work possibly better. Not waterway, but ditch. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I'd like to go here, I will be responsible for treating that back in
clean. That happened. I got a lot of grass seed and nothing on that all the time. So I will stop receiving what they call it. I have no problem with that.
If we go that route, I
I
think
think it needs to be re-engineered, not
to make it work.
that.
I would rather clean the
Would you be amenable to signing an agreement with Al? With this? Because I will agree with Al, there are things on, that affect the farmers' fields on that, and we just haven't been getting to it. I'm not blaming, I'm just saying we just haven't been getting to it. Because I understand Al's concern.
Be difficult to put secondary roads in that position, I think, the way that our workload sits. Usually, the landowner is in need of some ditch cleaning, and really want it done quickly, they will just come to our office, and that's typically done. Since I've been here, the only ditch cleaning we've done that I think of has been in the common school, and that's 4 years ago. It's supposed to be a lot of those, so. Ditch cleaning will be cheaper now, it's something that will take over time, because when I have grass growing, it will affect, so.
Well, I see Al's frustration, it's been 30 years in the making, I guess it's an emergency situation. Maybe it is an emergency situation. So I mean,
I personally, on the check them out. I think it would help if we decide to do that. It would help if it mowed. Like with the waterway, so it wouldn't.
run a mower down the bottom of the ditch a couple times a month,
I think in my frustration last fall,
No, I think that's
the roundup.
but
well, that would erode everything.
No, that's not.
how you would do it.
There were just some shots out there the other day, and there's we can figure it's probably only a 10th grade. He was in the pulpit was now. And Earl and I were talking this morning, and in front of that public school that was taken on over the wagon that was taken on. If the guy would put a little more grade on the mark, like if maybe 2 fences, that would sell clean a lot better. For like a minimum. A fence isn't enough, and then it should be a little more so self-clean, because if it just starts raining, then it's got some other grass, and it goes up over the mat, and it goes up the curb. So I think making it a little longer and more grade, but then we definitely have to remove that.
I don't think we have, I don't think we have to make it that much longer, because it drops pretty fast at some point. It's just lowering it, the big thing.
Just beyond the driveway falls off the.
Can you guys get that done yet this year, as far as cleaning that ditch? Possibly change it. Well, we're gonna wait until fall.
So, but
No,
washed out there
the last few years,
because of this situation.
which is
Eases to
the south.
Yeah.
Some dirt can go
cut back over to there.
down dirt and move. Pile up like it's
I've
got
done it before, that's
hard to do.
Haul it.
No.
I mean, you're not gonna haul it. You have to haul it
A few hundred yards or whatever it is.
100 yards. It's not far. Like, you know. But I guess,
You know, for the sake of, before we go too far down this path, my concern is getting a forum here on
how to deal with it. Norm and I are,
gonna be around forever.
I don't want my son
I have
to deal with it.
to, with the county.
Well, if we maintain it, and like you say, like, if we keep this silt to a minimum,
I would rather put some mooring part on that.
well, no,
Yeah, that would have to be.
yeah,
You shape the ditch so
But I can do that.
But again,
I still think
there
that
needs to be something,
an agreement,
we come to a
hard agreement here,
on this situation. People
sign up for.
for it.
In this agreement, should there also be that prior practices don't have had an effect on the silt that comes into the ditch?
Well,
The good news about that is
we're farming today.
yeah, your farming practices
This is right now.
But the next person might be different, you know, if this is an agreement that goes on forever, we don't know who's gonna be farming in 50 years, 20 years.
Well, we'll have to, are you guys okay with dropping an agreement that when it needs to be cleaned out? Or is that gonna start a precedent that, will snowball everywhere?
I would say start with, I mean, we're pressing on agreement, and, we want all the people.
You know, my opinion on precedent. Every situation is individual, so I personally don't think we have to worry about precedent. Let's get this problem fixed. And you deal with each problem individually. You know,
And,
not every problem.
I guess what we need to do is figure out a way to somehow get some of these problems taken care of. Loosen, you know, whether we, like you say, you're saying you guys can, the cost of the county to have you guys put in that tile is 11,000 something?
That's the front of the contractor and a company.
Well, yeah, but what is it gonna cost the county as far as, you know, because we're doing it ourselves and stuff like that, we're not for profit. Yeah, that number would be less than the 11,000, I was assuming, because you, what was it
12.8 was
12,8
number for a 12-inch tile
from the contractor?
at Gary's cost. And
So you guys are up in the ballpark with, but you guys can actually, the cost of the county would be less than that.
Talking about just doing some ditch cleaning, right?
Yeah, just doing ditch cleaning like we don't do it. Yes. So we can do it less than what a private contractor can, so that's why we do these things ourselves.
I imagine Gary's estimate at $2,400 to clean the ditch was only at the current, what was assumed to be the current market.
well, I think I think a good point was made here, if you add grade to that, and keep it home, you know.
It's gonna maintain itself for a long
Yeah,
time.
I don't think we're,
Are those two conditions? I won't be on.
Well, and that,
It would be a permit. If we do anything,
well, he did say, Al did say that he would maintain it after it's there. But I think right now the best solution is to clean the ditch. And,
Another thing, and Mark mentioned this, put a tile in there, something about a tile in the outlets, in case a big pool of water. And, so you get down that, drop that in that liquid. And there's no way to stop that, the outlet of that tile. So therefore, it's just,
that you don't loosen the ground up. And once if you have something washed and the ground is loose, it's gonna create problems.
Well, is this point talk about how we do this as far as, I mean, as far as the, if you make it, you clean the road ditch, you reshape it, you put more grade to it, and you add that, back in the day, when this got done, when the gate idea got put in there, they put these steel gates in, just more or less for the dam itself. Is there something you put in the bottom of the ditch to hold, like you see along interstates, stuff like that, as far as things to help the seam of the ditch?
Yeah, they put those mats down or whatever it is that, I don't know what that stuff's made out of. Is it straw?
But the flat grade it is, yeah, I see it just being nothing but a problem.
Well, if we're gonna do it, we just as well reshape it as far as.
Well, yeah, with the grade we have, the water is still back in the lower top.
Of course, part of that grade that's existing is because of this building. Sure, right, much more than before, but not enough.
And some of the stuff was created by the dams or whatever they were. And they would back everything up and create a pool right there every time. Okay, well, I think everybody's okay with the decision to reshape the ditch and increase the grade a little bit, and then you'll mow it and maintain it, and he's gonna seed it, so.
And there's gonna be an agreement. It was my land as well.
Well, in a sense, it should be that way everywhere anyway. I mean, it should be done. We have to figure out a way to get some of these other projects done also. And that's a problem for future discussions for right now. If you want to have, you're okay with writing an agreement then, as far as keeping that clean? All right, Terry?
I think so. I'd like to see the agreement.
Yeah, no, well, we'll write up an agreement on, and get it to you and see if, everybody's in agreement on, the agreement.
It's gonna be like, kind of like, we bring it up, like the health care thing, are we gonna rescind first, or wait for the agreement to get in place before we rescind the last motion and replace it with something else?
Well, there isn't anything right now.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, we made a motion to put in the culvert.
Should we rescind that in lieu of what might be coming, or should we just wait and do it all in one motion to replace it with something else?
I would say wait. Can we, still, with the weight business here, I mean, it's still happening in the fall, whatever is done.
Well, the way it is just how long it takes to write up the agreement, make sure we're all okay.
And do you wanna do some shots too on what can and can't be done within the ditch?
Well, I think after living with it for 30 years, you're concerned about the budget. So am I. But let's get it done. And what it costs, put it back in your budget. You know, if we have to hire it done, we'll put it back in your budget. So,
Problem is, they're already getting maximum for the rural basic, there's no money in the general basic to move over. I don't know how you put more money back in their budget. That's the question.
there's already the money there to do the culvert.
Yeah, it's just a few pounds.
Budgeting, I would assume, culvert, so there's that money there.
that's like a fourth of a day.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe the agreement is awful simple. We just, the county agrees to clean it when it needs to be. I think we need to do something a little more complicated than that. So I think we can just do everything right here today. I'll make the motion to rescind our previous motion to put in a culvert. Across the road or whatever. Yeah.
I'll second that.
Motion from Genzel, second from Stenzer. To rescind our motion to put in a culvert across 110th Street. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, now I'll make the motion that we clean the ditch, regrade it, and then with the Froggy will, Norm, excuse me, Norm will seed it, and Al will maintain the mowing of it. Along with the maintenance agreement to make sure that the ditch stays clean when it needs to be.
I'll second
Further discussion?
Who seconded it?
Terry did. Norm?
Well, just beyond the letter side, Julie's been helping me with big routes, and I pay $15,000 a year in roof tax. That's $1,000 a month. I think I'm not paying my roof tax 1 year and make that check out the secondary road. Does that work?
Do you want us to explain to you right there?
I guess, yeah.
I will take away your birthday.
Me too.
I guess that's not gonna work.
You already know?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
just so I have this right in the minutes. The county's going to clean the ditch and regrade it. Norm will seed it and I will maintain the mowing. What am I missing?
And the agreement between
Established between the county and the
to maintain the ditch in the future. You're free to go. Well, we haven't voted. You want to see if we pass it or not. We'll change your mind. All in favor? Aye? Aye. Okay, now you're safe.
And I'll have Adam draw that up? Or
I suppose get the details from Sam.
do you want to talk to Adam? Scott will discuss with Adam.
Okay, then we'll
Send a copy to Al before we vote on it.
And we'll move on to number 7 here, get that out of the way. Not quite 9:45 a.m., Andy Smith, WHKS, to discuss possible action DD5 main ditch project completion. Sorry about that, Bill. Okay.
For you guys to review consideration today. Date for that project. We're also going to discuss damages on that project. Original completion date was December 31 last year. We didn't get started until January 3rd or something like that. And then all the original contract work And now, my mark, and that was the day of all that completion date. So I was keeping track of what the damages up to that date. And now I got 13,800 for my all the adjustments now. And after they got a couple change orders, for finishing additional work. They originally were still going to get the other main part done by April 28th. One day they threw out their weather permitting, and then the change order was kind of that same time frame. Weather permitting. So I guess if you wanted, you can consider a take that back. They put a letter together December 22nd, giving their reasons for not being able to be done on first. And they were shooting for a target completion date of April 21st. So that was what they were budgeting, and we kind of sat down and just kind of see how things all played out. And now, this is how all things played out. And I know Chris and Mark and I was talked a little bit off and on about things. Talk to you guys a little bit about the damages. Mostly using them for any damages that may have been sustained due to the delay of production completed crop damages. Other things we talked about was perhaps WPS's costs for more trips up because they were having such issues getting things completed as specified for the last month or better. So, we discussed possibly using some liquidated damages to offset the engineering costs, perhaps some of the marks costs. And again, if there's any claims filed that are legitimate due to license negligence or inability to have them completed by the December 31 original completion date, technically probably use liquidated damages to offset those costs as well. There's some other normal costs that people submit for damage claims or whatever that they normally pay for. So now, if you want to charge some liquidated damages to offset some of these costs, engineering costs or secondary road costs, like I say, we have just withheld the 13,800 back in March, or actually through December 31st. We started counting, so we have that dollar amount available. But we've also got 10% of the retainage available to use towards any other expenses if they were beyond liquidated.
You have a figure for that?
As far as the recommendation of liquidated damage charges, well, I guess it's been, I got a couple numbers. One, I looked at some hours and expenses for WHKS for the person coming up here to look at things specifically, and I got about $3,200. You might be able to throw out one of those trips because I normally have to do that in. Because some of the other trips and the other horse around, they keep telling them to do the same thing over and over. That's where some legitimate costs would be added. If you wanted to say they're having in April, should have been when they got everything done and they should have basically been done at that time as well, and that's a little over $4,700 from beginning of May 1. I got 24 hours, but I've probably not at all. Maybe down to 15. Well, just for the fact that they didn't get it back. I had another contractor ask me if we were going to let them slide on it. At that time, I told him yes, but, not slide. We were going to work with them. But in my opinion, we need to take this into account and go for it. Because it wouldn't be fair to the others that bid on it. In my opinion. Yep. Yep.
If I remember right, his bid was enough less that it cover all of this.
But there again, that's
I know, but it's irrelevantly relevant.
Now, you also mentioned something about any potential filings. How do we deal with that?
I guess probably mostly, yeah, be at the 5 hearing, and I'm assuming mostly those types of things.
Is there some of it that didn't get planted because of all this? Yeah.
So that being on the 13 the valve would that be on the 10%?
Probably on that. And it would be similar to that. One we did with one of the students where they submitted some claims and they just agreed to award or pay the farmers on some of that. But in this case, I think it could be applied to the 10%. I guess what I would do is if you guys have liquidated damage amount, I would probably maybe do that now and send it up to Larson. To get that adjustment made. And then I could also say, barring any claims against you as well. And then I would get them probably to sign off.
Sign off on the amount we have here, plus what may happen in the public hearing.
Yeah, and they can, I could wait till after the public hearing, send it out that day after any damage claim, I guess that day I can afford the price. And then we can, I could probably put a line item on, or have a note on there saying the damage claims this amount will be reduced or taken out of the 10%. Or I could have a specific on that before. And then that
Which is what we're trying to address today, right?
Yeah. And then, and then I can send out sign off on it, that they're agreeing to it. And then, again, just, I'm out for them, public hearing, reduce,
So, just to clarify, the first number you threw out there was 4,200. Second number you threw out was 4,600. Are those separate numbers, or is one included together?
separate ways of looking
So there's a total of 7,800. So
No, it's one of them.
one or the
Two
other.
different ways
One
to
or
look
the
at
other.
it. Plus the 800.
Well, the extra time should be worth something to them.
If you want to.
Yeah, it is.
And I'll throw another number at it, because I just refigured my first number by reducing it to 8 hours. So a total of 16 hours, times 16 hours. Mark each time, and then adding those two up is just under 3,000. Like that, 3 ways.
So what's the recommendation?
What's the difference between the 32 and the 4600?
The 32 is just my trips out. We look at things specifically. 46 was my time from May 1 until last week. All
Because it should have been done again.
correct. So those are the initial two. I didn't take into account anybody else's time or money involved. And then the last number I've thrown out is about $3,000, which is a slight adjustment from my original 3,200. Because I would have to go out, take a look at things originally anytime, and then plus the secondary roof cost. So I'm thinking $3,000 is number
3,000, 3,000 in lieu of what may come yet, as far as from the farmers.
But if we're gonna have a bill for $4,600 extra dollars, our 3,000 to pay for the landowner.
to some of that, I would have to come up on occasions anyway.
Are they done it sooner?
Yes.
You still would have billed it no matter.
That's what I feel was extra because of being so late and having to go back.
So we need to make a motion then on the 3,000. Plus whatever would come at the,
That might maybe just the 3,000 for the damages at this point. I just want to prepare that final, or I'll call it the final estimate. And then the damages
up here at the public hearing.
that are due as part of save that final pay estimate for approval right after the hearing. I'd have Larson's signature. Wait for the hearing, so that they can make an adjustment to the final. I think we can do that for 500.
So I'm gonna make a motion to withhold $3,500 for liquidated damages for the 5 project. Motion Stenger and a second from Derby to withhold $3,500 for the damages. DD5 main ditch project. All in favor, say aye. Aye. And, number 8, set final public hearing date for DD5 main ditch clean out and repair project.
Well, no, it's just depending on which papers you do. If it's you're doing the summit, it's Thursday. If you do the other two, it's Friday.
Okay, because I would do Forest City and,
Okay, then we need Thursday by noon.
and then I have to get a letter out. Also, so I still need 10 days for that. Thursday is Tuesday, I can have the letter out by Friday.
Yeah.
Set the final public hearing date for DD5 main ditch clean out August 1st at 10 a.m.
Motion Stenger and a second from Derby to set the final public hearing date for DD5 main ditch clean out and repair project for August 1st at 10 a.m. All in favor, say aye. Okay. Number 9, consider for approval pay estimate for DD3 doors contract. Pay estimate here. The amount paid for everything's acceptable, we just over $1,000. They still have work to do on change order items. There's one of the change order items, lateral 2, and that's not done. Level is not done. And there's a lateral 4 and 5 also needs to be cleaned. I think it is better than far along the but of course, that'll have to be level as well. And if we can clean the terms that we would not do the leveling until after crops were out. So we would not do final pay estimates and how it's falling early winter. For that project, I think the leveling was better on this one. We still needed to kind of do some catch up. Overall, come down pretty decent. And they were technically done by the completion date as far as this one. They didn't have leveling done, but by December 31st last year. Make a motion to approve the pay estimate for DD2-3. Motion Stenger, a second Derby to approve the pay estimate for DD2-3 to Larson Contracting. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
give them to Chris.
Okay. We'll go to number 5, get that one taken care of. Yeah, just get them on their way. Scott Miners, engineer, will discuss secondary road matters.
Just an update today, we have Denko in the county working on water level and also by rate. Started on Dingy on Metro Road Bridge. Pilot now. Here's last week, should finish up today or tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll go over some of the rest of it. Anything else for secondary roads?
Well, do you wanna bring up what Farm Bureau brought up last night?
Do that here, do that private.
Good.
These were, we had some discussion as far as, difference in talents between maintainer operators. They wanted to know if there was a way to get, I assume you train those guys in yourself to run them, don't you? They had many issues as far as some of it goes on the shape of the gravel roads. Yeah, no, I haven't driven on any lately that isn't in. Yeah. So that helps. I guess there's grass and stuff that gets pulled in the middle sometimes and you're cutting the edges down. There isn't a real good solution to that, especially if you get an untimely rain right after you do it. But, anyway, just we'll let you know that they had some concerns. We're going to talk about in detail later. Anything else for secondary roads? Discussion with possible action to increase drainage administrative cost to $5 per Iowa Code 468.154.
The current drainage administrative cost that we're charging is $3 per parcel. We feel that it's justified to raise it to $5 because we continue to do more and more with drainage all the time. It's a cost to our office. It takes a lot of time, and I just feel like it's important.
And if I remember right, also almost every other county is
Charging $5.
charging $5. Thoughts on that?
Are you putting in overtime for it?
Depends on the time of year.
I'm thankful we had Chelsea help me this spring. She's done a lot for me. Otherwise, it would be a lot. I wish she hasn't done that. In previous years, I have to outside.
Is that include like an acre parcel?
It'd be any parcel.
Any parcel?
Mm-hmm.
Just getting built.
So if a person had a quarter section, there'd be 4 parcels?
Doesn't matter the size of the parcel, just the parcel.
Well, I think it comes back to, where the money's coming from for these services. Uh, the rest of the people that aren't involved in that drainage issue shouldn't have to burden some of our costs when we're doing something in another district. So it should be by need. And I think the $500 would be justified. I'll make a motion to increase administrative cost to $5.
Motion from Derby, a second from Stensrud to increase the drainage administrative cost to $5 per Iowa Code 468.154. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Consider for approval letter to IDDA regarding non-drainage district.
This is a new spot. It's the couple of facilities that we have that if we cleaned it, it wouldn't matter because it's just cleaning them and going into a natural waterway. So we're asking IDA what the recommendations are. If the district should pay for it, who's in charge of it, things like that. So that's what that letter states. To see if they're taking, and then I could have everything.
We did this for 10 minutes. Let's get out the road.
Oh, what are we waiting for him on?
No, he was just kind of hanging out. Oh, you're just hanging out?
I was gonna say, I don't think.
You're on the tab?
All right, yeah, all right. I was gonna say, I looked and I didn't, otherwise I'd do whatever. Yeah. Good questions. There's got any problems with it?
Okay, well, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what, do we need a motion on it? It says, approval, so
I'll make a motion to approve the letter be sent to IDEA regarding training facilities.
motion Derby, second from Stensrud to approve the letter to IDDA regarding non-drainage district facilities. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I think just one is fine. I just wanted y'all to see it.
So we can keep.
And on your comment.
Bill, would you sign one in here?
Sure.
That would make me happy.
Oh, we want that.
We sure do. Thank you, sir. Yeah, very much
That
so.
was simple. Okay, discussion of possible action, reclassification of P47 and all laterals.
This is another one that Chelsea's heart, she went to the original, maybe we didn't have all the parcels, and it's horrendous. Parts of it are so outdated, that we can't tell. One thing to say, lot 20 of lot 10. And now it's lot 20. It encompasses so much of the mill that I feel like we're not giving anybody any justice. I don't know how to figure it out. Doesn't it? I don't know. There's so much that is split off over the years. And now it's subdivided out. The subdivision is no longer there, or there's a new one. How I know that I have all the right person. I feel like I'm pretty smart at figuring out lot 15, except for the west 110 feet, at least 526 feet. Sometimes that's just not there.
But like, there's one that said lot 15, and there's no lot 15.
No, there's no. Where did it go? I don't know. Who do I give that to? I feel like I can't just give that amount to someone. Why do I give it to you? I feel like it just needs to be redone. And I feel better about it.
We had the same problem with Westgate, because like when Westgate was built, there was nothing there, and then all of a sudden you put all these houses there, and the assessment isn't, it's,
And we got all that resolved.
yeah, and we reclassified that one, and it's kind of the same thing. Like Chris and I spent days, weeks on that one, and
I feel bad, but I want it to be right. I don't want to bill people just because. I'm not into that. And I'm to bill out over $20,000. I don't feel comfortable.
What's the average per parcel? What there would you guess?
It is now.
Just take what isn't known and average it amongst all the parcels that we know. Is that what you're saying? No. What are they paying now?
well, it depends. I mean, I have anywhere from $2,300 to $12. That's, I mean, just,
But the ones that
So
are
lot-
in the city of Lakeville, correct?
So some of them, lot 12 is $8.80. Lot 11 is $8.80. Lot 17, all of a sudden 17. Lot 8, 9.
this one for lot 15, where there's no lot 15, is 85, 88. Well, the original assessment was, let's see.
6. That's what we are looking at, right?
Yep, go ahead.
So, but then when evidently they made changes over the years, now it's 1709. I just want to be right.
Remember what's the cost then?
Wow, but give me a little more, probably won't be your $2 per acre.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not talked to any engineer
The
about it.
one in town here was well over 5, wasn't
That was our,
it? Yeah, I know, I'm just saying, it included city and rural.
so I think what I'd like to do, I know you mentioned, WKS. I'd like to just send out documents. To a couple of them.
Good.
And I know, you don't know how to classify personally, but you have people in the office that do? Are they in your Basin City office or where are they at? Rochester. So then that's travel time for them too. I was just wondering, because I.
I would venture to say you could gather a lot of the information for them and then maybe the processing up there.
Yeah,
Rochester? Here?
Hour and a half.
Yeah. So we need a motion to,
I think we can do it, if you just get some quotes.
just get some quotes.
I'll just
Just
get
get some
I'll send
estimates.
those estimates and then I'll come back.
All right. Okay, and then we'll move on to number 13. Like we have had enough of it already. Auditor's office will discuss drainage matters. Yes, we thoroughly enjoyed it.
That is, I did have one on DD5 who has a couple outlet hookups, that weren't fixed during the clean out. Between Mark and I and Andy, we decided that can just probably wait until after the cracks are out and we can just have anybody do it. We won't have a part of this project, so we can have it completed. That's okay with you guys.
And the landowner will take that.
Right, I mean, it's still gonna be district work, but we're not gonna make it part of this project.
Okay.
And that way we can just do it.
All right.
And we will let the landowner know that, you know, that will get done, it's just,
We'll wait for a while.
right, and it works out.
Okay.
Right.
Anything else, Brian? Yes,
Tom Matthews called me.
I'll stop in afterwards. Nothing else for drainage? Okay, Kevin Williams, maintenance supervisor, to discuss with possible action, full-time employee.
Remember way back when we were putting up the new public safety center, I was asked, was I gonna be able to give manpower action? By the time you put some money in the budget for a full-time person. We kind of come to that time and I need the help.
Thanks, Andy.
My hope and dream is that, we'll not have two full-time, two part-time. Two full-time, part-time to start. And then if we can get a schedule, routine, figure out eventually what I would hope to do would be doing two full-time. I don't think I'm giving the new building the attention now that I probably should be between inside and outside. So I've advertised, I've got some good options. Just wanted to, we talked at budget time, I'll let you know what's going on. We'll come to that time, I'm letting you know what's going on. I need your approval because it's in the budget, I know I have to hire full-time, how that works, that's up to you guys.
Yeah. Do we need to make a motion to approve this?
I would, I mean, it's in the budget, so you already technically approved it.
Technically approved it, yeah.
But
Wait until he brings to us the name. The reorganization.
I guess I would rather at this point just say, yeah, we give you the permission to hire somebody and so that when we,
Make a motion to do that.
yeah. Yeah. It'd be a, yep, when we bring you the name.
Already knew this was coming.
I'll make a motion to approve the hire.
I'll second it. Motion from Gertie, second from Dunsvold to approve maintenance supervisor to hire a full-time employee. All in favor, say aye. One, two.
Adam wanted a phone call.
Yeah. Say, Adam, want to be here for.
Yep. I'll be right back.
You ready for me?
Yes.
I'll be on in about 1 minute.
All right.
Thanks. All right, bye.
Hello. After you.
Coffee.
Water.
No, there's more.
Oh, look at you.
Okay, number 15, discussion regarding jail matters and dis.
I just want to figure out where we're at. Are you a lot of questions for people at now, meetings and deal yet? One guy's pretty for sure, we got a $5 million building out there.
I don't understand that.
That's what I'm trying to figure
What was it we decided at the last meeting? There was some,
I don't know, I think if you guys want me to look at that.
yeah, was that what it was? I was gonna say, there was some good information we were gonna get. I can't.
I was asked to do that. I hadn't seen you do it before then, but Andy got me a copy of it. I looked at it and I talked to Andy and Dave. Essentially, I think this proposed agreement is kind of the way it's been going now. There's a few tweaks, but it's kind of status quo. So I don't see anything wrong with the agreement. But whether or not that's what the sheriff's office wants, I don't know. But I think that this is kind of how it's been operating, which is dispatchers are doing, checks and responsibility. I told Amy this, I told David, I told Rick Caldwell this. The true only way, in a perfect world, we would
all jailers doing all the jail work. But I don't think that's possible, because that's going to require 12, 13 jailers. We've got 2 right now, and I think they're in the process of hiring, looking at hiring 2 more. So we're a long ways away from there. So anytime we have, I'm talking to Andy about this, when I first started, anytime dispatchers are doing jail work in addition to the dispatch work, it's not a perfect scenario, because you're asking them to be, 911 dispatching, and then they got to step away to go do the jail check. So now, I guess, is it easier for them to do that in the structure we're in now compared to the new structure? I guess that's what it sounds like it is. But unless we're going to hire all jailers, I'm not sure what the right answer is, other than this agreement's fine. It's not perfect, liability-wise, it's not great, but that's what it is, what it is.
That's what's important.
Yeah, I mean, and I told Dave this, and I told Andy this, from the standpoint of who's the boss of the dispatchers, that doesn't necessarily change the liability of dispatchers doing jail. I mean, that doesn't change that.
Aren't the dispatchers are all certified jailers, so aren't they? So therefore, they wouldn't have any more liability than a regular jailer would.
No, but the liability comes when you have dispatchers away from their dispatch center.
Yeah.
If you have a jailer and a dispatch working at the same time, which for the most part, I think will happen that way, a limited time where dispatchers will be trying to do both. That's where you have the problem, because they need to answer 911.
Yeah.
That's their, they gotta answer 911 calls. And if they're away from the desk doing jail checks, that's where it gets difficult. So, I think they've been able to structure it where that's a very limited window. And hopefully it's at a time where 911 calls are less. But in an ideal world, they would be doing that. At least not at the same time they're trying to do that. So all I can tell you is the standpoint of this agreement, it can work. But I don't know if that's what people want. That's a question for me, I guess.
What's your opinion on that?
Well, okay. There's one part in there that says, we get documents rather than we need to do check every hour, that's required by law. And I can document the health reason over why I had to speed. If I have an accident, the law, the state of Iowa doesn't care. They don't document anything. The state of Iowa cares you can do your job, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Adam and I talked about this hourly jail check. They can do, they don't have to wait until 11:59 to do that jail check. They can do that jail check 15 minutes early, at 15 minutes, quarter to 11, quarter to 12 instead of right at 11:59. They don't have to do that whole circle all at one time. They can do a portion of it on 1/2 hour and half hour, they can do the next portion of it. And alternate the half hours, you can do it that way. They can do 20-minute jail checks. They can do the outside jail check, the inside jail check on the left side, and the inside jail check on the right hand side every 20 minutes. And they can do it alternating it that way. But the point is they have to do that on a hourly basis. That's Iowa law. There's not any guilt to that. There is a health liability, but that's not being done. That's not going to happen.
So what do you want to see happen?
I want to see happen if they're not doing their job. I want to see some recourse. Right now, my guys, every one of them said, I've talked to Andy, I've talked to Doug, I've complained to them about this, that, or the other thing, and they all say, every one of them say, they make a complaint, nothing happens. And I want some stuff to happen.
Then I'd like to, tell me when those complaints are.
I don't know what they're coming in. Yeah, I'm just telling you what I'm being told.
And the thing is, if we do have complaints, we do address it. And we include those deputies in the fines. They're not complaining.
I'm just telling you what I'm being told. I'm just telling you what I'm being told.
Please send it to me. I'd like to know.
Well, we gotta make sure that if there's complaints, I think.
Yep, and I'm not sure they are being done. You know, everybody likes to think that this is the old days, where you can go up there and talk to somebody man to man and have taken care of. Now everything has to be written down, and that's about crap, but it's the way it works. That's unfortunate.
Unfortunately, when you talk to a man, you tell one side remembers it differently, you know, I mean,
Those need to be done on a daily basis. Yeah, there has to, we have to figure out a way to make sure that, that we're not with 911. But, the only thing that I'm saying that we're saying that we need is that we're on 911. We have an opportunity in a situation, traffic stops. This could definitely be, that's our priority. We're giving help for that 911 call. But if they can't show why they didn't do a jail check, they just have to, they forgot about it.
well, I would think a 911 call would be a relatively good excuse for not doing it.
I'm not arguing that point. So my point is, don't wait until, like I said, 11:59. And so, oh, shit, I can get my hours checked then. That's
Well,
not the answer.
and then that, whether there's a problem or not, that should be, well, you should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, but also, that's that point, you can't, you don't know what or you don't know
Well,
the officer's going to be in a bad situation.
Today's technology, I mean, isn't there a way that they can have a headset on with them that they can answer the call in the building?
We don't have that capability, and what we're doing is that we're seeing what it's going to cost to install strobes just in the corridor.
To say that it's ringing?
Yeah.
I would think that it would be much better to have it where they can have a headset. Start answering the call as they head back to the dispatch center. I mean,
We can do that for the regular phone.
yeah,
For whatever reason, we don't have that capability with this type of.
in today's world, that sure seems silly. I mean, especially for this situation, it almost seems like it would be a must.
And it goes back to what Dave was saying, is that there has to be ways that, and we're not going to be out of the center for a long period of time. I don't see that. I see that if we have to go out to the holding cell, then you go out, you come back. You know, if you're happy to go out there and see it flash, turn around and get back into the 911 call. If it's not flashing, it's not ringing, you'll get your job done. You know, then go back and check it. If 911's not going on, they're going to have the handset for the regular phone. They're going to have a radio that they're carrying, so they're going to be able to hear everything. We're taking measures to make sure that we don't have these issues. You know, and that if they're going in and if somebody squawks on the radio that they need help, we can drop whatever we're doing and go back and get it. There's nothing that if you're in a hurry is more than 30 seconds away. Those doors are not. That's the way it is. That's what we use that time for.
And then we're going to, if we take off, more days than ever, and have, you know, I don't think anyone knows how to.
They're in third world right now.
I mean, we're just,
Well, and we're gonna have
we're gonna have
more of our own too, so I mean, there's gonna be more jail check, or, you know, cell checks that are gonna have to be made, I guess.
we have 3 people in that. people. No, and I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but, I hear a lot of, John Hanson told us that we could open this facility with our current staff. I don't know if he said that, when he said that, but clearly that was completely wrong. Well, it's not true, with our current staff, that wasn't our current population. Yeah, but that doesn't matter, anyone that, he knew the handicap county, we were possibly taking handicap county. How did he know that? Nobody up here knew about it. Yeah, I don't buy it, I think we got some bad information. I'm not saying we didn't, bad information, the handicap county, didn't talk to us, we don't have there's no way to make 4 dispatchers and 2 jailers that we can operate that structure we're moving. Completely crazy thing. I just don't know how.
But I guarantee if this had come up before the election, or the vote on this, we were gonna have to hire this many more than we wouldn't have that thing sitting out there.
Well, and that's the other part,
It should have been, I guess, addressed better.
yeah, it's unfortunate, but here we are, but if you're asking me about this agreement, I think it'll work. I know what the alternative is, other than 12 jailers, and jail does theirs, and dispatch does theirs. But that's not possible.
So, Dave, you'd like to see something in there about recourse, or?
I'd like to see something in the report.
And I don't know how we can.
What happened to you being in charge of all of it?
The sheriff's department, you back when.
No, I know, but what happened to your request as of recent to bring this all under your control?
Well, I know we got support from a couple of commission members to do that. They would talk to support. Sheriff, we got.
And the people aren't getting their jobs done, you're gonna hold them responsible, is that it? But, and
Because
But but then from the other side, we're hearing that they didn't know that they were supposed to be held responsible for something. As far as getting told there was something that was done wrong, you haven't heard these complaints yourself. Is what you're saying.
Apparently David guidance on him that they're coming to Jennifer and I with complaints. I haven't heard any. Once the complaints we get here, absolutely we address.
We address
And
it.
we communicate back to our officer that happens. Sometimes they come in email, just and it might be something small and procedural. You know, regardless of who's in charge, does it change the situation if we put the sheriff in charge to get rid of the commission? Does that change the problem? You know, and I guess
Well, except for the buck just stops him now. He doesn't have to sit here in the middle wondering what really happened. Because you hear one thing from the deputies, and we're hearing one different thing from your side of the fence.
exactly.
Yeah. So therefore, it would eliminate some of the confusion.
And that's what Dave and Andy both did, try to get the jail ready. I told them, from a liability standpoint, dispatchers doing jail is not ideal. It's not, because the balancing act, they have those 911 jail checks, trying to manage that, and, in the jail checks, when they get called back to 911, they gotta go back and finish the jail. That's not ideal.
Everybody out there understands that.
So, and that's not gonna change no matter who the boss is. Whether Dave has control over that, Andy, Carla, me, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have that problem. So, I understand Dave's thinking from the standpoint of, if he is managing dispatch and he can hold him accountable, I get that, but, that's up to Dave and the commission and whoever.
It's a matter of accountability under this agreement that receive and act on written personnel complaints filed against Winnebago County Public Safety Commission staff arising from Winnebago County Sheriff jail policy violations. And then under that, it says a report of findings and or actions will be provided to the sheriff.
says right in this agreement that if the sheriff, his deputies, anybody, they, if the commission folks aren't doing that job, and we can't catch it on our own, then the sheriff, jail administrator, deputy, jailer, whoever notifies us, we take action and we provide the sheriff a copy, right in the agreement.
What kind of action? Depends on what
What the violation is. If it's a serious enough violation, suspension, termination. If it's one of those, it's a corrective action, it's a retraining. I mean,
It's just the typical problem of government. And in this situation, you got two chiefs trying to run one entity. And it just doesn't work. And I understand the reason why it started out this way, because, let's face it, the guy probably couldn't have handled it. But that should have been taken into account by the voters when they elected the guy in the first place. So, yeah, we don't live in a perfect world. But there's also economics who enter into this big time too. So, if another analogy would be, I would think we would be on a perfect world for law enforcement would be probably 5 deputies on every night in this county. That's not a perfect world. We do what we can with the best we can with what we have.
And obviously, moving to a new facility, you want to do it, you want to start with doing it the right way.
So I am for putting it all under the sheriff's department. Keep the ball rolling.
I guess I would agree with Mike on that. I think it's best. So, I think there's a lack of communication right now, and I think it could just be best everyone.
Listen, like he said, she said it out. Exactly.
That's the commission.
Right.
I mean, that's gonna lose. The commission has to do that. We are one agent of the county. A entity involved in that commission. The commission. Right now, the commission has Andy in charge of 911 response. The commission does. So that's nothing that you guys, there's no emotion in the world, but the commission has to do that. I mean, that's just how it has to be. That's just the way it is.
They want their salary.
And the commission has to make that change. And if the
Is
commission
that a
does.
statute? Obviously
Well,
it is.
the commission, yeah, the commission is appointed in. So, the commission has
But
to
I thought,
make that change.
then I've been operating under the wrong assumption. I assumed the supervisors under Tom hired emergency management. Emergency management commission is administrated under Iowa Protect. That's completely separate. And is the communications board separate from?
The commission was established back in 1976. So, it's a commission, I don't know, Andy probably called, they appointed Andy at some point in time to handle communications.
Okay, so I'm having a hard time. Under Don Bold, the sheriff was responsible for the communications. That changed in the next administration. How?
In the bylaws, it never specified from practice, from what I understand, it's been around long enough, that it used to be every 3 years it Board of Regents when he was Chief Lake Mills would be in charge of communications, and then it would be Chief Book, and then it would be whoever the sheriff was. They would move around to different law enforcement. And then when Joel LaRue, my predecessor in emergency management, they put everything. They asked him if he would take over communications. That way, it doesn't just go around it. So I believe actually before that it was Alice Bolt and then Joel. So Alice Bolt was the first communications director appointed by the commission. And then after that, Joel took over. That's how it's been.
That'll be that.
Well, I got asked, what are we even discussing this for?
Well, I
If we
don't,
don't, well, we're one MD, or we're one MD.
you're one in, Gary's, I think, the delegate.
But I think we need to have this discussion among us before the commission convenes to look at the agreement.
And that's kind of where I'm with that. I understand the commission part of it, I understand that you're the member of the commission. But I want to get everybody on board here.
I guess I'm going to be probably lobbying the other commission members. I would suggest maybe do the same in your area and do the same in your area, if you feel that strongly about what is transpiring. But this agreement or any action taken otherwise has to be by the commission. The commission would have to approve this agreement.
To make this agreement here, the memorandum, yes.
So they have to convene for that purpose or other.
Yeah.
To get our jail up and going.
Yeah, exactly, but yes, the memorandum would be between the sheriff's office and the commission. So the commission would need to be talked about at some point.
So it sounds like we need to call a meeting of the commission.
Yeah, we have to, we all have to fill in this resource we want to comment that. And so essentially what we can do is that if you'd like, the solution of the commission.
Well, if you make possible action regarding agreement with the sheriff or the solution. What's the proper way to word that?
I am going to say that I am not providing legal advice to the commission.
The first action would be if they're involved.
I suppose it could be first, discussion possible action of the agreement, followed by possible dissolution of the.
And if we dissolve, then go back to each one of the bodies, have a pass resolutions, or appropriation. Then also by argument, the corporation will have to decide what we're going to do with the assets of the commission, which is all communications, infrastructure, and all the computer infrastructure. Because they say this is what we're liquidated, whatever. But then that has to be, there has to be some nominal fee that whatever it's sold for has to go back to the members.
Well, going forward, for instance, down in Hancock County, do they have a commission?
No, they don't.
Okay, but then now the cities are starting to pay in, correct?
Well, they've always paid them before, but they're
Paying more now.
Okay, so I would see it as more of a donation to whoever they're going to charge going forward, and that it just moves forward as an agreement among the cities providing services.
Who's in charge? You're not talking about resolving the commission. I thought you were talking about having Dave replace Andy as the kind of the boss of the. I mean, dissolving the commission is totally separate. The boss of can of worms. And that's essentially saying that communications is kind of a free-for-all. At least that's how I understand it.
yeah, I mean, if the commission wants to terminate me and name the sheriff as communications director, that doesn't change anything that we already have. Dave Peterson, whether he's sheriff or not, would be the director of communications director. You still have a public safety commission needs to have an agreement with the sheriff. That's just my opinion.
Dissolving, you can do that, I mean, it's a bylaw. But that's up for, I guess, the end of it. You still have to have dispatch and communication, I mean, someone's gonna do it. Someone's paying for it. I think that the utilization of assets, I mean, that's a total different can of worms that certainly the commission can do, but I'm not sure how to Dave that. Why would Dave just say he wants to be in charge of the which is what Andy did.
So if that was the case, then the agreement will remain in place, or they're working for the sheriff. I don't know. You don't involve, you still work for the commission.
Regardless of if it was Dave or Rick or Adam, and if you want to point them, the commission still exists, and still, there's two entities doing the same thing. Just have to, but to really put it up to the sheriff's office, I think, my opinion would be the only way to do that would be to dissolve the commission, move the entire budget, things there, then we have some sort of agreement with the city to see if they pay. That's exactly what we're running into in Winnebago County, is that they don't have the representation, but they're being asked to pay. And so that's the board of supervisors in charge of the communications in Winnebago County. So that's where the discussion lies now.
And that was my question. The commission, if you can abandon it off of the statute,
It's not, it's set up by the 20D with the entities. It can be dissolved at any point in time with the commission members doing that. Or Mike, it's written in there that any entity can get out with certain positions, meaning Louisville or city or Bill County can terminate their membership in the convention. There's certain timeframes and money involved in that, but any of these entities can terminate their membership in the commission, or the commission can dissolve. Those are all options.
who decides that the commission is dissolved?
The commission. Majority, 5 out of 8, majority of all. Any member can get out.
Can that be brought to a referendum?
The commission, but this is me.
How can they be self-perpetuating?
What do you mean?
Because they're all appointed by each entity.
Yeah, it's a 28 agreement, it goes until,
It is through election, roundabout way.
every entity has someone appointed, a delegate, ours.
Right.
I believe the mayor from.
The mayors are generally
Jensen is probably a chief of police, or the mayor.
But don't you have to- Originally, how did this commission get started in the first place?
It was set up in 1977.
By who?
Prior
But
to-
someone had to give the approval to spend the money, so I'm assuming the supervisors gave the approval to form this commission back then.
I'm sure the supervisor at Winnebago County made a decision to be a member, correct, like every entity would have done.
I just find it hard to believe that they have that control, and we don't have any control over the finances.
What we do from the standpoint of we can get out of it when we want. We can terminate our membership in the commission.
But we can't control the,
Who runs it?
no, the operators, 911 operators.
That's controlled by the commission.
Yeah.
They work for the commission, they don't work for the county. Right, Andy?
I'll come and discuss. That doesn't follow logically.
Prior to 1976, how did dispatch operate? Was it the same dispatch or?
I think it was in the basement of
The sheriff had a radio and his operator and the city hall.
It was probably the involvement of the dispatch system that formed this.
That became the law enforcement stuff. That's when they moved dispatch and jail and everything into that. And that's when the commission formed in Martin County. But then I got told. I mean, the short of it is, the commission needs to meet, and the members of the commission have to decide what they want to do. And how they want to proceed. They kind of control it. And Terry is one member of that 8 representing the county, and they have to meet. You guys don't, unless the county decides to remove itself from the commission. There's nothing else that I don't think supervisors can do at this time. The commission needs to meet and figure out what they want to do. And then,
How can we have that, how
how can the three of us have authority over the approval of the budget? We allocate. It's a budget, it's a county budget item.
All of the allocation comes from the commissions who.
No, I know that. It's run through our budget.
Yeah, exactly, goes through, it's always presented to you, just so that you know where we're at.
That's interesting.
Most counties,
The sheriff.
controls the dispatchers.
That's what, Delbert said.
What is the advantage
To
to
have
having
a commission. Give authority to the towns.
That's not what they're asking, they're asking the town to take 50% of the budget.
So this gives the towns ability to
Protect their interests.
Yeah.
And so, it's all of the board, the majority is underneath the sheriff or departments, mostly the sheriff's offices that run the communications. In like Franklin County, it's under the management, so like, it is under the emergency manager. Shelby can have it the same way. Hancock County's under the board supervisor, it's not attached to law. And that's the ones that are county clerk. But I would say probably the majority of the state of Iowa are under the sheriff.
what do you think is the best way to do this?
I don't, I get paid $3,000 a year to do communications, I would almost gladly give it up. But, my employees are concerned about any changes. They would like to see things go as is. We want to get into that building, we're looking for a date, we're moving forward with everything that we have to do out there, working with vendors and getting everything done. And we've never heard if we're holding it up or if we're waiting for the jail or anything like
Well,
that.
I guess
I don't want to do that.
what you said about that your employees are wanting to move forward with this, but that's not what I heard in some of the comments presented to me.
Like what?
Well, they have concerns over, having to do with duties, and I heard before that they don't want to do some of those duties.
Right, and yeah, they,
But to me, to do, he was getting right up and said, I don't know when you get.
That concerns me.
he never said that.
No, he did not, no, what did he say? He didn't say that. He said he doesn't want to come to work and find out that he's a jailer. That's what he said.
And what he's saying is that he's going to come to work one day and find out, no, you're not a dispatcher, we're going to have you working in the jail.
As in the swapping of positions to provide a schedule for,
You know,
Thinking to myself, Monday night,
we had 60, 70 mile an hour winds, hail, 5 degree, free falling in Clinton. A few miles further up north, up here, could, someone had some fight break out in jail, hypothetically. What does the 911 operator do at 2:30 in the morning? Stop the fight, or take the 911 call, coming in dispatch? Because the state can't have them. It just did.
No, they didn't have the fun.
They didn't have to fight, but the possibility.
And
There's a risk you take.
we can't operate an assumption of possibility. You have to take them into account. But we can't afford to protect ourselves against every single possible occurrence. We'd be bankrupt.
Just like we have a hard time affording to do hourly jail checks. Just because of the fear of getting sued because someone made a law, so you gotta, I mean, it's just all this unfunded rules that come along and then they just make it just absolutely impossible to be able to afford to incarcerate lawbreakers. And then we'd be able to have a day, we just let them all go. But yeah, can that happen? Yeah, are the odds really low?
I mean, sure, what will the 911 dispatchers do? Will they?
Well, answer the 911 call.
Well, and when situations like that, you know, and you don't have much issue in the jail. Really, as far as things like that, when things do start happening, you get the police department and sheriff deputies involved right away and on their way.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's, you know,
if there's a fight in the jail during the day,
The dispatch.
when the jailer is there, does he go in there or does he call for backup before he goes in there? Okay. So it's a policy form that, you know, the dispatch does not go in there to break up that fight.
And hopefully everybody in that cell isn't on the people's fighting side. I mean, I would guess that some inmates are probably relatively helpful.
And I can't remember that, like, you might have somebody, punch somebody a couple times, but, you know, and I guess, has there been, I mean, there's really never been a real.
I can remember, because I've been here one, inmate assault charge. It wasn't like fight, but
But we're gonna
one
be,
time there was some-
we are gonna be increasing our odds.
Well, the more, yeah, that's what I'm telling you earlier.
Because it happens at other
Should
shops.
be decreasing. I mean, if those people are gonna be accountable, you know, and
We do have a place to separate them
well,
out now.
you can put people, you have more stuff, and hopefully you decrease.
We have more room, we're gonna have more inmates.
Did you have a troublesome?
How that's gonna work.
Individual, he's gonna be in line probably anyway.
And you know, Delbert at the last meeting said, he's like, there's a learning curve.
Huh?
You're gonna make tweaks to it, and change things, and find things don't work, and do work.
And
Well, I was saying is that the dispatcher came, we sat down after that meeting, and I said, you guys want integrity, your own opinion, stuff like that, but the reality is that we live out there, when the jail moves out there, regardless if you like it or not, you have a job to do, and you're gonna do it. And that's what we're telling them. They say, I don't want to do jail checks. That's too bad. The job right now is you're gonna do jail checks. If you don't do jail checks, you have to find a new job.
and we should move in there right now under the way things are with maybe the thought in mind to make changes positive in the future as we learn how the thing runs. I mean, it's, because we need to get out there.
I agree. We said time and time again that none of us have ever operated out of that jail. It's the sheriff's office. In fact, we work at 13 learning curve. Anybody that you talk to that's moving to a new facility, regardless of the situation, who's in charge of anything, is that it will take you a year until you're even comfortable coming to work just because all the work.
You know, and the risks, I mean, the risks are even there. I mean, well, look at you down at Council Bluffs there. I mean, you had two deputies there. I mean, those risks are just not going to go away because unfortunately, we've got people like that in the world. And so to completely eliminate risks by having nothing, you know,
We'll call it commission meeting. Not a problem. Dave is Rick, are you guys decide on the date that you want to move or anything else? I said, we're still rolling forward. We just have a few more pulled up, but if we have a solid date, we're out there by.
How about the company that has to move, physically move dispatch?
They actually, everything's already set up. They essentially, they're gonna move the console, their backup console out of position because it's not moving any of the equipment. 911 is the biggest hang up right now because, between CenturyLink, Windstream, WC3, everything like that, nobody really knows who owns the trunks and how to get in there. And they know how to get in there, but nobody can claim the ownership. So WC that, take it. And only they have to get the trunks moved out there. So that way, when essentially the day that we move, they're gonna pick up, and we're gonna reroute our calls, we'll pick up one machine, take it out there, hook it up, and we're ready to go. I've also asked, MDT to just get the computers installed.
So there's not really a scheduling problem. There's not really a scheduling problem getting this lined up then.
Not huge. I mean, we're still at.
I've heard stories about other facilities where they could delay it 6 months if they don't.
We have a lot of hurdles to overcome. I mean, to get that solid date, but
How about the FTC?
we're all. The FCC, okay, we got our, we have to have microwave backup, so we can install power out there. And that's all that, all got license. We'll get the commission meeting, scheduled to be a couple weeks. And then we'll still, we'll have them determine what they want to do as far as, disagreement, if you want to do it or
Somebody.
Well, I think at this point, after listening to everything, I'm not sure, you know, dissolving the commission is the right way to go right now, but I think we need to solve some of the other problems.
Grab the thing from back from last night. I talked to them and I told them about
What type of time frame are you looking at for that meeting? I have quite a few meetings coming
I hope
up.
next 2 weeks. Yeah, you,
2 weeks from now, we have meetings in the morning and afternoon, on that Tuesday, and then that's the, D1 meeting.
yeah, the last one.
July is what we aim for. What's that?
Early in the last week of July is what we aim for. Just to get people notes, get it covered.
I guess that Monday
For Monday,
will be okay, I guess.
24th.
Yep.
Okay. Good schedule.
Okay, well, we've discussed it all, we're gonna discuss it.
Well, I think, you know, for the agenda items, I suppose it would be discussion, possible action on the agreement, followed by the, I would like to be on the discussion of who is going to, what is your position? Director, okay. Yes. Who is going to be the communications director to, bring it, follow this forward, whatever.
So essentially,
Well, no, it's a discussion,
Yeah,
because I want to make sure that there are no gaps in communication. If we can solve that problem, you know, so be it. I just want to make sure that it can be solved.
you have the authority to hire and fire, you have, does the board have to pass that decision? Well, we can, it's essentially the commission, they're ultimately responsible for it. If we determine someone, you personally can't. Yes. Jennifer and I both. Jennifer is a supervisor. Oh, she's gonna do this. She's in management. So, yeah, see, I think that's vital myself. I'm sorry, what? I think that's vital. Absolutely. Yeah. We have the authority to discipline to everything. And if there's communication between the sheriff's office and us, if there's problems, obviously, we want to get that solved. No. And not just to help the sheriff out, but to make sure that we're doing our job well. There's sometimes we're not there 24 hours. I mean, our people are there 24 hours, but I'm working 8-10 hours a day is all. So there's a lot of time that people are there, and if they're doing something that they ought not be doing, or they're not doing something that they should be doing, by all means, we want to know about it. We've always done that way, but obviously that's involved. Yeah.
I mean, and to me, I was surprised to hear a couple years ago that I thought the sheriff department was in control of it all. But to me, it's hard to know which way it is most economically responsible to the county, which way is the cheapest to run it, as far as.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
spend frivolously, we spend a lot of money getting things ready.
Well, yeah, this is.
No, I mean,
So, I mean, the biggest dispute that I can see in a sense is if the sheriff wants this guy terminated, you don't, then there's a problem, I suppose.
Well, then I would, that leads to a whole other discussion about, does the sheriff go to the board members and say, you need to call a meeting because this is what's happening, create some sort of structure where if there's something where the sheriff believes somebody needs to be fired for something egregious, then it's gonna be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's out doing witch hunts, head hunts, or anything like that, to get away from it. So, the reality is that if somebody's doing something bad enough to fire them on the spot, not just go through some sort of disciplinary process, then I still think that we probably have a lot of disagreement.
I think you should temper that a little bit. You know very well that there, in the past, and more likely in the future, there are court witch hunts. So, I've seen it. So. Okay, well. Okay, consider for approval auditor's quarterly report.
These are from last week, the template thing.
Look at that. There's something against it. Doesn't get signed either. Can you get the second? Oh, no, I did sign it. I just signed it up in the wrong spot.
You're so funny.
Did you really send out the claims? 9 o'clock last night? That's when I got it.
Really? No, I was gonna say, it was about.
I didn't think you did.
No. No, I ignored it. I'm pretty sure I did.
I'll get my mail through, I'll make a motion. You're next.
You're next.
I'll second.
Sorry, I forgot to.
Motion is second, second from Derby to approve the auditor's quarterly report. All in favor, say aye. All right, number 17, consider for approval recorder's quarterly report.
Just another report.
Yeah.
I'd like to review
Who did the motion and second on mine?
first.
Okay.
What? Yeah. What do you call it? The wallet. Oh.
Some of these births in the early 90s are back to still. Some are not accepting them. The town has a change it to 85 in the last month. Every $20 certificate, I think it's $4.
We need to get a little better percentages, is that what you're saying?
Did you manipulate this in any way?
I'll second myself.
The motion for Stanton, second from Derby to approve the quarterly report. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
I probably have said this 20 times. I don't even know why I'm going. What are we comparing it to? You know?
Unless you're in there every day. That's what the
External
auditors are for. I don't know.
That opens up the agenda.
I'll make the motion for approving the semi-monthly county claims. Second it when you're done.
Will you notarize that and file it?
Yeah, you're free to go. Yep.
Hey, Chris, you want to stick around for just a minute?
Sorry, I've done
Yeah, Bill.
I just saw flash.
You heard from him, Jonathan, when we gonna get our black books and
Yeah, and I guess we can order one, but I wonder if I can call them and.
Well, they were gonna give us one.
Right, and if I can just swap one for one.
We have ours ready.
And I don't know what year they're on.
That's what that WCTA
No,
is.
it wasn't for Jane, it was just sent.
Right, the platforms, and I don't know what year they're in, I don't know if they have new ones.
This is just a form for them to see that we've
That's what we're,
done.
yeah.
Any idea what the transfer is with Leland?
Transfer.
What is?
That, not that road.
Oh, that must be Secondary Road,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know.
No idea.
Because we got, from the bridge into town. City maintains it. I think that caught me on that one, it says for 16-7, and it had been paid before the end of.
I don't know when she gets in or out.
You almost said that song.
After a while, you just.
Yeah, I don't even hear it.
No.
My daughter just started working in the dentist's office in Buffalo. That's just so you got used to that noise yet?
I'm just feeling the vibration.
Yeah, yeah.
Then when they blow it.
there and had opened their, well, when you get your little sister, it throws a 10 ball at you when you're little. She was 3, I was 9. I knew it was coming. I looked over my shoulder. These 3 are caps, and it broke them off in a horseshoe, kind of. And oh, I tell you what, I couldn't even breathe. I started getting it, and I feel like it's here. Evidently, you can complete your dental assistance on-the-job training, and then you just have to do some testing, I guess, and then you can get your license or degree or whatever it is while you're getting paid instead of sitting in classes. I guess.
I'd like to talk about this other thing before we go.
Which one do you want to talk about?
Can we go to open forum?
Open forum, running.
Teresa Nicholson's employee, Melissa, you guys had agreed to give her 32 hours in exchange for full-time benefits. Well, she's decided that she's only wanting to work like 16 hours in the summer, and she still wants full-time benefits. And I think that's not right.
She thinks she's gonna make it up in the
Well, here's the deal. I don't know how you're going to make it up. Because if you work 40 hours, that's still, if you're working 16 hours a week, 40 hours is still 8 hours short. And I'm not going to pay overtime for her to make it up. So how do you even make up if you, I mean,
depends on what time period she's doing.
it's still ridiculous because we'd all like to take off the summer and work 16 hours and then make it up later, you know. And so,
Division Public Health going home.
well, and public health has been wanting full-time insurance for their part-time people for many, many years, and then you do this, and then you got them going, okay, you're giving it to her, why can't we get it now?
That's been brought up.
Oh, yeah. They brought it up to me.
Well,
There's only one here. There's only one upstairs, so
But, and then,
it's,
like,
on an individual basis.
Jane in my office, when she saw this, she goes, I want 32 hours and I want insurance. I'm like, well, that's not going to happen, but,
One
I
of the
mean,
reasons that decision was made is because there was enough work there and an employee, and we're not wanting to spend it all as far as paying her the 40 hours a week.
Well, but I'd like to be 32 hours and get full-time.
I mean, I think it's like for her job.
It's just the.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
well, and it's not 32 hours, it's 16 hours. That's the point.
Different subject, yeah.
And her kids are in school, well, if she wants to be a teacher, then and then she'd have her summers off.
But I think if we're paying her 32 hours, or paying full-time insurance, she needs to work 32 hours.
And we have a tech meeting coming up this month, so we'll have to address it.
Okay. Well, Teresa said,
The agreement was not for what she's talking here, so.
she said we had talked at the board meeting with the executive board, the supervisors in each county, about 32 hours a week for a total of so many hours for the year. So in the summer months when her kids are out of school, she may have less than 32 hours a week versus during the school year, she may have some weeks at 40. But like I said, 40 hours a week still isn't going to cover a 16 hour.
they can't predict that she's only gonna be needed 16 hours a week in the summer. You can't predict that. I could pretty much predict when I worked at lumberyard that I'd be sitting around for 4 hours a day in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But I couldn't totally predict it.
You never knew when you're going to have
When
that
I'm
busy.
That's right.
So then why did she get full-time benefits? If we don't even know if we need her. If we don't need her now, why do we need her in the future?
For 32
I think he
hours.
was saying,
I'm just asking.
I think he was saying the opposite, though. I think you were saying that in the summer, maybe we're gonna need her more than 16 hours, and, am I putting words in your mouth?
She can't predict that she's not during the summer. We may need her and she won't be there, so.
Well, make sure work county knows that.
I'll talk to Jackie
When's
this
the last time
week.
we had one on meeting?
That's another concern of mine.
Didn't get the email. The email.
I haven't got
No,
any.
I couldn't make it. That was last
Yeah, I know,
night.
but she just rescheduled it.
She did, found a way to for that lawyer to show up.
It's the 24th. And hopefully Andy's meeting is later than the 24th. I knew there was something coming up the 24th. But it's Tuesday, and it's 11:30 meeting, so if Andy's at 4, like usual.
Well, here's one other point that I want to make, is like when we have full-time people who don't work their full-time hours of 40 hours, or 37 and a half, or 40 hours, they have to pay the difference between how many hours they worked in the insurance.
That's what I was gonna ask, is that affected? I mean, if she's only working 16 hours, then
She's showing
And that's how I-
$6 worth of her benefits.
Right.
No, I'm,
So when you come to those weeks where she's working more hours,
then we'd have to pay it the other way.
But she still is getting full-time benefits, so it doesn't matter if she works more. It matters if she works less.
well, I think there could be a challenge on that.
I don't think so.
Well,
And I can call Mike Galloway, but that's up to you guys.
I think we should probably wait till after the exec forum and discuss it with them.
Okay.
Can't sit here without much knowledge of what's actually going on. Still, but,
All right. Well, I gotta go.
All right.
But Chris, I started putting in the transfers, but I didn't get it finished.
Go back to finish something else later.
I can't remember which order this is, but this is between, Teresa and, Robin. I don't know, that's my notes. Teresa refused to take a payment from, Robin.
Yeah, that was concerning me when I heard that,
take the payment of what?
on the revolving loan fund. Because they're different.
And I had to take a picture of the text because I couldn't somehow transfer it. That's why that's the way, that's why that's the way it is. But Robin was pretty upset. And I don't know the remedy or the nuances of the whole deal. It's between two women, so.
Really?
I'm just going by
Never.
what my wife says.
Well, just saying that,
You with a man and a woman.
just saying she can't type it, she just as well have typed it.
You do that way too? You gotta argue with a man and a woman?
I just rather not.
Well, I guess that's something you can bring up at the next exec.
Yeah, because this isn't really on the agenda.
No, I know, it's just, but it's informational. That's it, we're not discussing it.
I already knew it, so, kind of expected to discuss that next one.
Okay, consider for approval of summer monthly copy claims,
Almost done.
almost.
I made the motion.
Warrants, all set from that.
Motion from Kirby and second from Stenzer to approve the summer monthly copy claims, all in favor, say aye.
I think before we, I had one question on the K1, those were legitimate.
Yeah, yeah. Talked to Mark, and there's one still that's outstanding.
Is that in the Sunday?
It was,
These are the non-approved ones that we're talking about?
we've approved them. There is one that isn't approved because it's a trustee drain,
Okay, all right.
so
But these, was this on the Sunday farm? They were,
I don't know. I just know one name was Hanson, and then,
Danny Ryerson is somebody.
I'm talking about the ones that were on this one.
I don't, it was the name of Hanson. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. I just don't.
All in favor, say aye.
And these
Consider for approval, audited transfers.
these transfers are to move the money from the FEMA account to the specific drainage districts. And then there was,
I got from FEMA then?
yeah. And the project is complete. So, and then there were 2 funds from the previous FEMA.
Yeah.
I don't recall when that,
Western DD, FEMA.
and the Eastern. And so
DD,
those are
FEMA.
just going to the general fund as administrative fees to clear those out. And this has all been, I talked to Elizabeth
For the best way to do it.
so.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do a journal entry to move it because then it would look like revenue again, and it's already been included in revenue.
Who does Danny Minder belong to? Danny Minders. To be, you know Danny Minders? You would have played sports against Danny, I guess. Would be Dale's first cousin. Yeah. Is she working some again?
Yeah.
Public health?
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, she also is she's a parent at the school now. She doesn't work in the school year much. She coaches a couple of middle school sports, track.
These are
All the female ones, yeah.
second.
All right.
I don't have a first.
Oh. Motion from Derby and a second from Extender to approve the auditor's transfers. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Consider for approval payroll claims.
Are you done with open spot?
We already did it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Not that I'm aware of.
Let's take the crowd. Keep it quiet.
Ron Matthews called me up and said he's concerned about reclassification. And he said, oh, God, he says, I got a letter in the mail. This is gonna cost $500,000. I know
Mm-hmm.
The whole project.
That's give you one clean out and reclass.
it is gonna be 500.
It's 553.
How much is the reclass on that?
I don't.
$2 an acre.
Yeah, I don't recall the exact figure right now, but yeah. So I don't know what his portion would be. I have it printed, but I don't.
Told him that you wanted, how much you wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
Or it would be
25,000 acres.
Yeah, it seemed like 50,000 rings about.
So most of us.
I'm ready to order whenever you are, because they're on payroll claims. Yeah,
How many miles are we cleaning up?
yeah, you're getting it from Godfather's. Okay.
We're talking 10.
Miles of.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 12 miles.
Yeah, the other one was a topic of discussion.
And it's so funny.
In the hometown market.
And I have had 5 calls. People asking me what they owe. That's it. I thought I was going to be swamped with calls about it. Not a one. We've had one letter in the mail that says that due to her poor eyesight, she can't be here, but her brother's going to be here. Okay. 12 or 13.
Yeah, it's a pretty good swipe going, because then it curves off to the east.
It goes all the way up to Coon Grove and Coon comes back to pass it
It
on.
starts right here. It starts right here and goes all the way.
No, part of it's in the trustee district though, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still,
They're
We still have
outside.
to give you one.
They're just outside of
They
it,
dump
they dump
into
into it.
We all jumps into it.
Yeah.
So it's all.
I know we went through it, but I'm blanking. I mean, let's call it 100,000 feet. That should be 300,000 at the most.
We get all the way down to here. Or no.
Yeah, we're just stopping right there, yeah.
So you got
Clean it all up.
almost 2 miles from Highway 9. Or more.
And we're annexing this in.
Right.
Being cleaned.
Well, it shouldn't need that much, because that wasn't clean. That was clean after one. I'll go grab it.
Yeah, there's probably footage in it. That's the village. 64,678.
64,000.
Oh, it's 70,000. $3 a
What, that's good.
very generous.
That's 210,000.
Well, he has it at 3.25.
Right?
That's, well, per cubic yard. That's what he said. Well, you see, here, you've got all these pipe replacements too.
Yeah.
So you only have 300,000.
I know, we've gone through it.
Yeah.
I
300.
Well, evidently agree the numbers at some point.
Is what you're saying?
I just can't remember what the hell you agreed
Yeah,
to.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. The actual
Clean out
is 300,
4,000.
305,000
Dirt.
of dirt work.
Then
And
you
then
That's
got
the
outlet
one that's all-
repair, you got
all
seeding, fertilizing, you got. But the total estimated is 551.
And then you get your engineering for 78,500.
25,324 acres, 21,760.
And a lot of it is wide and deep.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's going to get
Ron Matthews is gonna owe like $2,100 of the 550,000. So tell him to call me.
Here, just a second. I think we're done.
We've done it.
No, we haven't, we have not.
We have not.
Consider for approval, payroll claims, I guess,
We don't do that.
Yeah, I'll make that.
Motion second.
Second Derby to approve the payroll claims, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, stand adjourned.